This is part two, the continuing video of the complaint against the Webb County Attorney's Office. As I was saying at the end of the first video, it's April 11th. It's probably 4, almost 5. Carlos arrives from San Antonio, and not even an hour passed. It was almost 6 when Carlos had slit his arms open. While there's minor children, there's other children in the household, and they're seeing this. I don't think it's fair for them to be watching someone unstable, someone not safe, a predator, as Carlos, presenting this types of, you could say, lifestyle. I don't know. He's not a kid. He's a teenager, but I don't know what kid thinks of cutting his arms, beating up people left and right, stealing, everything bad you can imagine. He doesn't. Contacting minors when he's in high school and contacting middle school children. But it was almost 6, so anyways, I tried. Well, I didn't try. I was at work. My mother, Ms. Gonzalez, contacted the FPS. She called Border Region. Obviously, she didn't call the youth village because, like, they always wash their hands and they say it's not our problem. Like, he's not incarcerated. We don't have to deal with it. So I don't know. Like, he has probation, but due to the outcries or mental stuff, they don't want to be part of it. But anyways, so it's already 6 in the afternoon. Nobody answers. My mom wanted to report it, so who can she report it to? And nobody does nothing. She calls me and she tells me what to do. I tell her take pictures, and first thing we're gonna do is, as I told her that same day we were in the DA's office, we're gonna go to the to the Webb County Attorney's Office early in the morning to take Carlos so they could see what's going on. So we go to the Webb County Attorney's Office. We're talking with Dolores Flores in the reception area. Like always, we don't get let in. As always, we're being treated as minority. We are explaining what happened. We show her pictures. We tell her this can't be happening no more. Like, give us a solution. And she says that there's an ongoing investigation, that we wanted to speak to Mr. Garcia. He's in training. I told her that we were in the right to speak to someone else. And again, she told me this is an ongoing investigation. Uh, Carlos will be facing the trial to be read the probation terms. And I don't know what investigation they're talking about because he already was explained by his lawyer or public defender, Mr. Gutierrez, that he was just gonna get probation. Everybody probably knows what probation means, but she said when we're explaining this, she says that I tell her if I could speak to someone else, and she says no because due to an investigation and probably litigation, you could say. And when we're explaining this, we see Timothy Bland from Laredo, Texas, from that office. This man has been present in Zoom hearings from this juvenile, and I tell Dolores Flores, I recognize that man. That's Timothy Bland. He's the one present in the Zooms. He knows the history of Carlos. He's seen us, so he should be aware of the case. And I tell her I want to speak with him, and she says, he's probably going. He was barely going into his office. We are in the reception area, and she immediately gave us an excuse that, oh, he's probably going into a court hearing. and I told him I could wait. But then as we were speaking, she also said, "You know what?" And I tell her I just want to talk to Timothy Bland. Not even probably 15 minutes or less than an hour. I just want to tell him an update of what's going on, and for him to see that we're trying to cooperate with you guys or whatever you need. We have the proof you need, you name it. But the thing that Miss Flores said that pulled my hair, practically, she said, anything you say or do can be used against you. And I was like, are you serious? So I practically took me and my mother, and I told her that's a threat. And she said, again, I told her, I just want to present the evidence. And she said, again, anything you say or do can be used against you. The thing is not about us, it's about Carlos. So I don't know where she came up with that. Practically, I didn't take that. It's a threat, but I didn't take it that serious because we have nothing to hide. We know there's no case against us. It's about Carlos. But if they're going that route to be threatening us when we're trying to cooperate, I don't know, then they're probably violating the section code, the government code that they actually have in their homepage, which they're obviously not doing or complying to. They're just there to look like nicely in their fancy dresses or suits and get paid. After that threat, I said, you know what? Okay, we're gonna leave. But on the other event, we've been there before. We left our phone number. We wanted to speak to Judge Leticia Martinez. We never got a call back. So these people get paid good, decent bucks, but they don't have the time to give us a call back, at least 5 minutes to say, how's everything? Or how can I help you? Or the courtesy of professionalism of telling us, what do you need, Mr. Gonzalez? I'm busy, but we could make schedule you for an appointment or a meeting to help you out. Not even that from the Webb County Attorney Office, Leticia Martinez or Dolores Flores. They don't even vouch for that. But like I said in the first video, I don't have nothing to lie and I'm speaking facts. So after this, I told them, okay, we're gonna leave. We left because obviously they're not gonna help us. So I don't know what investigation they're doing or what point are they trying to get on, which I don't believe because they don't. If we're the parents or guardians of Carlos and we're trying to help them out, but they say there's some ongoing investigation. I don't know of what. I think it's in our right to know what's going on, but they won't even tell us that. So I don't know what they're trying to play, or we're trying to be there to help Carlos, to help them get a better understanding of what's going on, as they are already involved in their lives, all these agencies, and they can get to a conclusion. So after this threats and whatever, we decided to leave. We left peacefully, and like I say, I don't have proof of or audio of what I'm saying, but there is. I bet there is cameras. We didn't even cause a fuss or nothing. We left peacefully. So after this, I told my mother I'll go to the district attorney office and speak to the older gentleman, to the investigator, and tell him what happened. And I do. I go to the district attorney office and I ask for this investigator that I spoke to. but I'm not saying his name because he told me to be off record. He's the only one that actually looks like he knows what he's doing. And I explained him that we were threatened and that I'm not gonna have it. That I don't know what to do. Like practically they putting me like entre la espada y la pared. And he tells me he couldn't believe it, and he told me, you know what, stay here in the reception of the DA's office, and I'll go see what's going on. And I told them that I wasn't okay with that. They were threatening me, and I just wanted to speak peacefully. But if they don't want, they're not willing to vouch for that. I don't know what they want. So the other gentleman goes to the Webb County Attorney's office, comes back, and he tells me that they couldn't give him information due to that he's a DA and he's in another department, and the White County Attorney Office deals only with juveniles, and that he shouldn't have no business in that business. But he did tell me that he vouches for them, that they're trying to do their job, that there's gonna be a court date probably in April 20th, if I'm not mistaken. But they don't tell me about what. I know this practically court date is probably for them to read Carlos' probation terms. Nothing else. That's no big science. And I appreciate the guy, but I told him that was still unconformed with how they treated us, and he couldn't give me an explanation for that. But I know this is not something new. Probably other people have experienced this situation before, being treated as a minority because they think that just because they have a badge or they have a title, they think they are superior than one. When me and myself, I'm a taxpayer, uh, on Texan born from Laredo, resident, well, not resident, like, pues soy de Laredo, born and raised, but I don't know, like, they think they're the big shots when they're there to serve the people, but they think, I think, or I know that they have forgotten that they're there to serve the people, but in reality, nomás están pa chingar. But like I said, this is the facts, and I'll be uploading more videos. And this is a formal complaint against the Webb County Attorney's Office.